Hey guys! Welcome back to the second video today. Today we're going to take a very popular but very complex mechanic, being counting players, and we're just gonna make it so much easier. Very useful for everything from zone wars to race games to anything you can imagine. And to do that, we're going to use the brand new checkpoint. So let's go! So what is so special about counting players that wasn't possible before? Well, before we had to set up a very complicated system, and there was one flaw in it. What's that flaw? Is that we couldn't really count players if they were on the same team, because then it started to cause issues. So what did we need to do? Well, we need to first of all place a mutator to detect when players enter a certain area. And then we'd have to add a trigger for every team saying times can trigger 1 and then disable it, and then it was just a whole mess. But now we have a brand new device, a brand new player checkpoint device. Now I can see you thinking, hey Yuta, how exactly is a checkpoint going to help us count players? Well, there's one very big difference. So let's take it step by step. First, the mutator. The only thing we're going to make sure is that it covers the finish line, because I'm going to demonstrate this with a little racing map. Very little. And then when the player enters, I'm going to transmit on channel 1. Now it's time to grab our checkpoint. So what exactly is different? Well, this checkpoint has a brand new option saying on first activation per player transmits on. Now if we compare this to a trigger doesn't have this at all. The only thing that it has is which team or class it can activate, but it doesn't have any options to say per player. So in a free-for-all, okay, I guess you can use teams, but in other modes, it gets really complicated. And if players leave the zone and then come back, they might be counted double. And then the second really cool thing about this checkpoint compared to the normal checkpoint, the old one, is that we can activate this at a distance. So we can say activate when receiving from channel 1, which is when we enter that mutator zone. And then on first activation per player, send on the signal to channel 2. So what exactly does that mean? Everybody entering will transmit on channel 1. But only one time per player, it will continue this channel on channel 2. And we can use this channel 2 to just count how many players we have. I'm going to do this with a little score manager, but there are a lot more complex systems that we can do, for example, to end the game or anything like that. But as this is just the example of the player checkpoint device, I'm just going to use a score manager to show how many people finished the race already. So what am I going to do? I'm going to set the increment on activating to 1, and then activate when receiving from to channel 2, which is, well, when we enter the mutator zone, and then once per player, send on this signal. And that's it, guys, it's that easy. So let me start the game and first show you guys how it works with just me. So as you can see, as soon as I run over the line, my score manager increases by 1. Then when I go back out and back in, it no longer increases because it stops the channel at the player checkpoint because I already activated it once. Now let me show the same with more players. So here we go, we're off running. Some are faster than others. And then as soon as the first player runs over the line, you can see that there's now 1 player. When the second one goes over, there's 2 players. And now finally, there's 3 players. And if I go back out and back in or any other player, the score doesn't increase. And that's it, guys. So easy, so useful. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace!